most storied venues in college football, Notre Dame Stadium in South Bend, Indiana. It's the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Here in South Bend, this is one of the most revered college campuses and college football shrines. You know, touchdown Jesus, all of the excitement at Notre Dame Stadium. You hear the echoes of the Irish every time you step on the field. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. And the Buckeyes headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. From inside the 15, here's the return. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. From the gun, it's Danzy. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of that. I'm excited to watch this matchup, but the defense, Jesse, they better get physical. They better get better in a heartbeat.
Well, and they've got to fight some emotion right now, too, because the fans are excited. The offensive line is absolutely juiced after that opening play. They're now getting lathered up. They're now getting excited. They're pointing to the sideline. Run it again. Run the same play again.
Second and long here. The give is to Williams. Oh, it's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
I love those smashes where you can hear it up here, Reese. Goodness gracious, you can hear the contact. Such a big lick. The offensive guy doesn't hold on to the football. Huge momentum swing. Big turnover forced by the defense.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Saying, trying to be heard above the noise. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
You know, this defense knew the offense was going to try to take shots vertically down the field, do it in a variety of ways. That time, they were able to defend the corner route and swat the ball down.
Long way to go on second down. Straight ahead, it's Jackson. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Lined up in the gun on third down, Sayet. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Fourth down, Sayet. Complete, out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Not gonna make it, and the fourth down gamble backfires.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Make his way to the corner.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Throwing, Carr. Lobs it off the back foot. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
And we've talked about this before, guys, man. Like, right, you try to sneak those in, those runs on third down and long. When they don't work, everybody's mad. When they do work, everybody's jacked up. But this defense was ready. Nice job by this defense setting the tone. 3 good plays, forcing the punt by this offense.
Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. Hands it off. There he goes. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Back's got it on the screen. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
And that's a really good play by this defense because you want to run a screen offensively when they're blitzing. When they bring pressure, you can throw it right over the top, get it to them, get some space, but they stayed home just enough there to make the play and get the tackle for a loss.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. Now here's Sayin. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, hitting them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Out wide left, it's Williams. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on second and short. Back to throw, it's Carr. Hauls it in. At the 40, there he goes. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Coleman Williams. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. Carr. Zings it complete to the right. He's out of bounds after the good pickup, and what a way to end the first period. Still nothing on the board as we open up play here in the second quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. Fresh center downs going to the air. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
Here's Carr to throw. Fires to the middle. Makes a catch. And he was straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Oh, and that's just like a penalty. They get in the backfield and knock him down for a loss of 5.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. Guys, they're going to pass on taking the sure 3 here and try to get the touchdown, and this is a pretty big gamble. Carr to throw for it on 4th. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Irish! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time.
Find my matchups out wide. I love a matchup with my wide receiver. I like my guy better than yours. Quarterback finds the matchup. The wide receiver catches the football, takes it into the end zone for 6.
Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Brings a return out across the 25. Gets a couple of extra yards. He's stopped at the 27-yard line. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28. The Buckeyes in the hurry-up.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Throwing, say it. Out of the backfield, he's open. No chance to run, but still a good game.
Hey, guys, this running back's not just catching checkdowns or swing routes. You can get him vertically down the field and let him go to work, especially when you get man coverage. Take advantage.
It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere, and sometimes it goes to a deep.
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. Saying to throw for it on 4th. He's taking the shot. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not.
Man, your goal of a defense is to stop them, is to force punts, and then this is just gravy. Now they go for it on 4th down and medium. On their side of the field, you get the big stop and a chance to switch the momentum here in the first half.
Hit and dropped in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
Here comes the heat. He sacked this defense all over him. Ohio State calls its 2nd timeout. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up. Notre Dame comes to the line needing a chunk play on third down. Throwing, Carr, looking for a deep man. He's got it right on the field. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Looking to throw, it's Carr. Back's got it. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And they take it in for 6 more points. Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. On the run from inside his own 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Zayed unloads to the wideout. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And this offense, man, they're going to have to figure something out. This is already getting out of hand, but they're going to have to protect their quarterback. They're going to have to start throwing the football and having some success, because right now, they got a bagel up on the scoreboard.
Oh, he can't hang on. Almost had the interception, and this guy makes so many big plays, but couldn't come up with that one. It'll be 4th down.
Oh, and those are those where you're just looking.
But look at this. They're not setting up to punt. They're going to try to cut into this lead, and this is a huge risk late in the half. Fourth down, Sayed throws to the wideout. And they gambled in their own end, and now they...